Dig it!
Welcome to Hardheaded Podcast. We're excited that you've joined us as we have a conversation.
It's time to join the conversation.
All right, welcome to Hardheaded Podcast, episode number 158. I'm your host, Chet Sears. As with me always is Matt Amos and Troy Trussell. We've got an exciting episode for you today. What's on Troy's mind, followed by our top 3 aggravating things about a grocery store. This was sent in as a request. Actually, I got texted while he was at a grocery store, very upset about being at the grocery store, and said, why don't you guys do a top 3 on this? Brad Shores, here you go, man. Your top 3 aggravating things about a grocery store. And after that, Matt's going to close this out with a good word. Troy, what is on your mind?
Back by popular demand.
Things I just don't get.
Things I just don't get. And this is...
Tell me how fun it is to like see something happening and you're like, oh, this is dumb. Oh, I could write this down and talk about it later.
That's right. It's fun. So I actually had a hard-headed listener, hard-headed fan, text me some that he wanted to bring to the show. So I got that. Shout out to Josh for sending me these. Most of them are traffic complaints, though, and I can agree with all of them.
You probably are the source of some of them.
No, I am not. But here we go. Traffic complaint. People that can't read merge left or merge right signs. And they think they are more important than everyone else, so they cut off traffic and create a bottleneck issue every single time. This happens at every one of these places in this great city of Wichita, Kansas. Can I get an amen?
Wichita just doesn't know how to merge anywhere.
Yeah.
Who cares about the signs? They don't know how to merge onto an interstate.
Yeah.
They cross solid white lines all the time. Oh, I got to get over there right now. No, you don't. Go wait till the dashes. That's what I say.
Yeah.
That's what the law says too, Matt.
I wait for the dashes myself.
That's right. That's what everybody should. All right.
I agree.
I sometimes like to follow the rules.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
So there's a merge downtown where you get, if you're going east from going south down Broadway.
Yes.
And you take a left headed east going up the ramp to get on Kellogg. Mm-hmm. There's a merge right there. If you were merging from the right lane into the left going left to the one lane,
mm-hmm.
It's almost, I'd say 8 out of 10 times.
You do not have the right of way there. You should yield to the people on the left, right?
No, it's a merge. You should just file in like a zipper and merge it on in. Yes. There's no yield there.
Okay.
You should just file in and merge. 8 times out of 10, you will get honked at by doing that.
Where are you, on the right side or the left side?
If you're on the right and you're merging into the left, like everybody's supposed to.
Not necessarily. It depends on what the sign is at that intersection.
The sign is a merge.
No, but it'll have a line that's straight and then a line that turns.
Which lane
curves.
merges?
Yeah, the curved is on the right.
Yeah, that means whoever's in the left has the right of way.
No.
Yes.
Not what that means.
That's exactly what that means. Troy Trussell.
They should merge together.
No, it means you merge together, but the person in the left has the dominant lane. The person on the right doesn't have the right of way.
Well, they should merge like a zipper.
But they don't have to yield to you. You have to yield to them. Because your lane's going away, not theirs. That's the problem. Josh is complaining about you. I predicted this.
No, I don't agree with that.
That's what the law says.
Well, get out of my way because I'm merging in.
No, you need to obey the traffic laws.
No.
How long have you lived in Wichita? Is this rubbed off on you?
No, that's a merge. You zipper merge.
No, that is not a zipper merge sign. That means the people that are in the lane that is solid.
I'm going to look this up.
I'm right. I don't have to look it up. I've been driving for 20 some odd years.
So have I. And I always.
How many tickets have you gotten?
All for speeding,
more than
not
one,
for merging.
More than one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have less traffic violations than you. Mark it down.
I got
Merge
less
points are
traffic violations
specifically set up for
than you
vehicles to merge from 2 lanes into one
Yes.
in a zipper fashion.
Show
This
me the
keeps
sign. Show me the
traffic
sign.
flowing. Each car should alternate zipper fashion into the remaining
No.
open lane just before the point of closure.
No, you're not. You
That's a
show me
lane-
the sign.
That's a lane closure. That's not a merge on an on-ramp.
Well, what's the difference? There's no yield sign
no,
anywhere.
it's not. It's not a yield sign. It shows you. Oh my gosh.
I still don't see where I'm in the wrong.
See, in lane closure,
Call me Matt Amos, but I'm not wrong.
You're wrong.
you're wrong on this one.
No, I'm not. All right, anyway.
I'll find it. You go ahead with your list. I'll give you. Maybe you know this one, Tyler Road. You know Tyler Road,
Yeah.
and you're on. You go north on Tyler Road off of 21st. There's an old Chicago right there next to IMAX. You know, Tyler, are you with me?
Yeah.
Jose Peppers used to be there.
Yeah.
You have right lane
And it goes like
and
this.
a left lane,
The right lane goes like this.
and the right lane ends. Right?
Yeah, it ends.
If the lane ends, that's the junior lane. This is the senior lane.
Yeah. And the sign will be like this.
The sign is not like that downtown.
The
Yeah.
sign is like this.
Yes, it is.
No, it's like this.
This is just one lane?
No, it's 2, but it's like this.
Yeah, the one that's angled is you have to yield to the one that's straight.
I don't know.
You do.
I don't yield.
This
I'm
is the-
saying I
look,
don't yield. I
that-
break the law.
You're
then.
the problem. You're
No, I'm
the
not.
problem with the merging.
No, I'm not, because people should just zipper in like
Look,
this says.
The sign.
They don't yield. You have to adjust your speed to them. They don't have to adjust your speed to you.
They've already built up more speed because you're in the right-hand lane there anyway. If you're going right. But look, think of it this way, Troy. Standing man, dominant. Bowing man, submissive. Okay?
Yeah. Standing man, bowing man. This has been an educational portion of
Okay,
our podcast.
then I'm
I
gonna
feel
start.
like we've made one better driver, maybe.
So then,
Have you seen
so
this-
I
this
should
sign?
start speeding up
This-
and not letting people zipper in.
No, you should be
I
in the left
be a
lane.
Jerk
You should be in the left lane.
and not let people come in.
You should be in the left lane.
So I should be a jerk and not let people come in.
No.
and not zipper and have them like just sit there. That's not
You
right.
you should go. You should get out of the way, but you accelerate. They yield.
Yeah,
That's how it works. This sign, is that the sign you're talking about?
no.
Let me see it. No, it's this one. I know exactly what sign you're talking about.
I tried to show. He said that didn't.
Because there's one at Central and 135.
How about that?
Doesn't compute. Yeah, that one.
That one.
Everybody on the right should just like zipper
No.
in.
No, that's
The
not.
people on the right have to yield to the people on the left, and the people on the left need to get on about their business. Don't lollygag, and don't slow down to let people in. Don't slow down to let people in.
Lollygag, you used it. There's so many wins in this episode. I don't even know. I'm so happy.
Yeah, this is left lane has the right of way. Right lane needs to find a way to get in.
All right, I'm gonna put this up on the screen, and you can tell us your thoughts.
The law's the law. It doesn't
It doesn't
matter.
matter what you think.
Well, there's a lot of laws
Yeah.
that I don't abide by, but they're the law. You know?
Which ones are those?
You can't be frustrated with people honking at you when you're breaking the law to get in
I
front of
don't get frustrated because I go.
You're causing Josh
I
to
didn't say 8 times out of 10 people are honking at me. I
Yeah.
said 8 times out of 10 people are honking.
look. Here's the thing. Josh, one of our hard-headed listeners, is frustrated. He's gonna be crushed when this episode comes
Dude,
out.
Josh is not frustrated with me because
Yes,
I
he
get
is.
on about my business.
He's like, hey, you're people in Wichita don't know how to merge, and then you're like, yeah, tell me about it. They don't know what they're doing, and then we find out it's you.
it's not me.
It's you.
I know how to merge, and I drive fast all the time.
You're not helping yourselves. Trooper Ben's going to listen to this episode and come visit Troy. I'll tell you what, man. You better find another one.
Bring the Billy Club.
Yeah.
All right, why I don't get it when why has Wi-Fi become the ultimate term for internet? And why do we all depend on it so much? This is another one of his. Wi-Fi is actually just the radio wave of bandwidth.
Right. Do you have Wi-Fi? They're asking if I have internet.
Right. The public has been way undereducated on this, but it would be one of his, but it would put one of his major services out of business because he does that.
Provides Wi-Fi.
Well, he provides
Internet
service. He sets up
He's an
home
ISP.
entertainment systems.
So
and stuff
instead of them calling and saying, "Hey, I need Wi-Fi in my house," and be like, "Hey, dummy, you don't even know what Wi-Fi is," he's gonna say, "Sure, make the check out too." Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
That's like it's more branded, but like Kleenex is a brand, not a tissue. You know, what's another one of those? Hoover. In Great Britain, you say I'm going to Hoover
Duct tape.
instead of instead of vacuum, they say Hoover.
Yeah.
I need duct tape, and they actually make duct tape.
And duct tape.
So he's saying that they should deploy good equipment instead of selling more bandwidth. Like AT&T and Cox, they make millions on selling more bandwidth, which never really fixes the problem.
You know what? Your mom knows that story
Yeah.
because there cuts out all the time. She's got like the state of it. Yeah.
Yeah. They're just selling
Yeah.
crap.
Yep.
All right. A couple more. Let's see. I don't get it. All right. This is one of my pet peeves. Has nothing to do with freaking driving. Thank God.
Because you're about to get destroyed if it was.
No confidence in the driving ones.
No. I don't get it when people blow their nose in public, especially at a restaurant.
I'm with you.
It's disgusting. I'm trying to eat over here and you got crap flying out of your nose and I got to hear it.
They got it flowing into a tissue.
It's
What do you
absolutely worse than miso. I would rather have somebody chewing in my ear
No.
than have somebody blow
No.
their snot next to me when I'm trying to eat.
No.
Why are you sitting next to somebody?
Do you want their snot dripping out of their nose instead of you hearing their nose
I want
blow?
them to go to the bathroom and take care of
Look, they're not
liquids and crap coming out of an
Right.
orifice in their body. Get it out of my face. Go to the restroom. Take care of that.
Okay, at a restaurant, I'm with you. What about here? Like we're at a commercial break, and I need to blow my nose. Should I have to leave the room?
I don't care. I'm not eating.
Okay, it's about food. It's with the environment.
It's mostly about eating.
Now you played sports growing up. What about the blowing of the nose out onto the ground?
It's absolutely disgusting.
Oh, you're not a fan of that.
I don't care if you do it. Just
Yeah?
I don't really want to see it.
Every now and then it feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Just give a
I
big
mean,
old-
I've done that, and out at deer camp, whatever, outside. But
Matt doesn't because he's on scent control. He can't let his scent get out there.
true.
I'm probably the one who cares about that the least.
I don't know. I'm pretty not concerned about it. I grew up with a dad who smoked in the deer stand.
I think we talked about this.
Yeah.
I used to smoke, and when I smoked during deer season, I'd be right in my blind, and I had deer come right in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
They don't care.
No,
That's when I found out the whole cover scent was just a really good marketing scheme.
very much. The ozone, carbon.
Even beyond
Lockers.
that, from your
Yeah, I'm with you. Don't do it in a restaurant. Excuse yourself.
Please,
if you do
gosh.
blow your nose in the restaurant, I don't care. What you got to blow your nose, man. I get it.
No, go. You could go blow it somewhere else. It's not like a
What-
sneeze when
what-
it comes upon you.
No.
A nose blow you control.
Yeah.
I think for years all the old men that just carried hankies and just blew their nose anywhere they pleased. I mean, let's go back to that. I'm all about the hanky and blowing wherever you're blowing your nose.
I think the handkerchief is more for wiping at the table, and if you need to blow, you excuse yourself. That's just me. You just carry it with you.
To each their own. If you blow, I don't really care. It doesn't bother
I'm
me.
with Troy on this one.
It doesn't affect me.
Yeah. All right. Here's another one from our listener, Josh.
Yeah.
Might get me in trouble. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Pickup trucks that are super high on lift kits or super low for street racing. Like the movie we like to watch that he hates.
Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
They don't have trucks in that movie.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. They just have a bunch of rice burners.
The parts delivery truck is a red F-150, and it is low.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Because
I've never seen it.
Pickup trucks were created for the tradesmen or farmers to be a utility, not to be dressed as sports cars.
I agree, 100%. In fact, I think we brought this up before.
I'm glad they brought this up. I don't even know why Chet has a truck.
What are you talking about? I've never owned anything but a truck my entire life. And so my son, before Thanksgiving, like, hey, when are you going to be back for Thanksgiving? He's like, the day after. So he had class or something, and then he had to go do a doctor's appointment. And I said, are you leaving after your doctor's appointment? He's like, no, I've got to help some people move. And I was like, oh, I got out that you got a truck. And he's like, yeah, it's out. So now he's like a utility, for all the college kids.
Oh, and you just said utility. So why aren't pickup trucks called utility vehicles?
You're picking up stuff, I guess. I don't know.
It's a pickup.
Instead of SUVs holding the title of
That's
utility.
Sport utility.
Yeah, there's no sport in a truck. It's just manliness.
It's a pickup.
Yeah.
Nice. That was Josh's
Pickup
last
truck.
one.
Sport utility.
Yeah. You call it a pickup, right?
I call it pickup, call it truck, whatever.
Yeah.
It could be
Truck is just short. Pickup truck.
Right.
Truck's just the short version of pickup or pickup truck.
Yeah.
I've always called it pickup.
But the big jacked up trucks that are always clean, pavement princesses. That's a pavement princess. That's what Stone calls them. Like that truck's never seen a dirt road. Got all the LED lights under it and those thin wheel with the big rims.
Racing,
princess.
man.
second
Racing.
You hit a pothole with that,
Oh.
the whole thing is done.
Dude, this is the dumbest thing.
Or the trucks that are squatted like this.
Oh,
or squatted like this.
Dumb. Dumb.
I even hate trucks that are squatted. I hate the people. I don't hate the people, but I hate trucks that where people have put the leveling kit on them, so that when they actually are hauling a load,
Then it squats.
it squats in the back, but those headlights are right in your face.
I am not a fan of that.
Because there's a reason that angle is built into your truck, so that when you're towing a load, it's not bringing that front end all the way up.
Those people never have a load anyway.
But on the occasion they do, I seem to find them, and then it's blinding me.
One of the things, and it's thanks to you, I'm able to go buy corn at the co-op now. And so I pull up with the 55-gallon drums in the bed of my truck. It's so much cheaper, by the way. Have I given you guys the prices on this stuff?
I know it's cheaper.
Significantly cheaper.
Way cheaper.
A whole lot cheaper. Well, anyway, I pull up to the co-op and pull under one of the big silos, like through this tunnel where the semis go in and they put corn in them.
Yeah.
And I got these barrels in the bed of my truck, and they just like open the chute and just, and it's pretty cool when you're sitting there and you just feel your truck start to squat in the back because you're getting that load dumped in on there. And this guy, the second time I went, the dude like mounted it up in there. The first guy left with like too many inches, so I got an extra 50 pounds.
Just off of that.
around. Yeah.
How much did you have to sweep out of the bed of your truck?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's a pain, isn't it?
not this time, not because he missed. The other guy, like the first time I went, he put the wrong chute down and just missed all the barrels altogether. And then it's like, oh, my bad. And then
Was that free corn?
and this time,
No, because you're
pay
paid by
for it.
weight.
Oh.
They weigh your truck before you go in and weigh it when you come out. And then the second time I went, he didn't miss, but he filled them up so full I had to scrape it out in the bed of my truck.
Yeah.
I have a broom up there, so I just crawl up in the back of that truck and broom it out. But it's kind of a pain.
But now do you see what I mean? We were just going to have them dump it in the bed of your truck. I said, better take the barrels.
Yeah, take the barrels. It's hard getting out of there. But yeah, that of all the trucks and truckiness that I've had, that one it kind of takes you to a different level. When you're pulling in where the semis go and they're dropping stuff out of the sky.
It's kind of like when I'm pulling my gooseneck
Yeah,
and I got my tractor on the back. It's like,
yeah.
I'm basically the manliest man on this road right now.
Yes.
And then you got all those built-in features on like so the F-350 because back when I was helping a buddy up in Colorado dig a septic system for his hunting camp, I was running a skid steer, and the one broke down because we broke a hydraulic line, and the ones that they had hooked up weren't the correct ones, and so when you went to turn the bucket, it busted the line. So we had to go pick up this other doozy of a skid steer, and once we all finished up, I had to take it. Like getting it up the mountain wasn't a big deal, but going back down, it was like you wanted to stop, and that skid steer on the back was just pushing you down the mountain. Like you'd hit the brakes and just you're like, oh crap. And so my truck's got that downhill descent control. Boom, push that. I didn't have to touch the pedal. I didn't have to do anything. Just smooth right down.
No way.
Yeah, it was almost too slow. I was like, we're going a little too slow here.
Is it hits the brakes and does the transmission?
It does the transmission, the brakes, everything to keep you from losing traction. It is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've never, from Kansas, you never have to use something like that. But then you go to Colorado, beep.
Yeah.
Smooth.
That's cool.
Anyway.
Sorry we went off on trucks there.
Sorry, that's all I got.
Okay. All right. We're going to take a commercial break. We come back. Top 3 aggravating things about a grocery store.
Are you driving traffic to your website? Do you have an engaging homepage? Better yet, does your homepage have a video? We recently created a video for a client about his business and the services they provide. Since he placed the video on the homepage of their website, he has had a number of clients specifically say they decided to use his services because of that video. At Trussell Media, we help businesses create engaging videos to host on their websites, email to clients, and use in their social media marketing. Contact us if you're interested in creating a video for your homepage today. TrussellMedia.com. Fill out the form at TrussellMedia.com/contact. Let us help you tell your story through video.
And we're back. I was thinking maybe we have you take a driver's test live on air.
Hey, you know what's even funny? You know what's really funny about this?
No.
The first time when I was 15 to go get my driver's license, I failed the signs test.
There you go. And he's arguing with us.
I'm not kidding. My dad made me wait like another month before I could go retake it. I was like, oh, come on. He's like, can't believe you failed the sign. You didn't fail the driving part, which is usually the hardest part.
Right.
You failed the signs test. That's like on paper.
It's the pictures.
Right. Idiot.
All right. Matt, we're going to go with your top 3 aggravating things about a grocery store.
Oh, yeah, I got a good list.
Well,
you don't go grocery shopping.
I don't go to grocery stores. But the few times I have reaffirmed these 3 things.
Okay.
Number 3, self-checkout. I absolutely despise self-checkout.
Amen.
If I wanted to look up the SKU for an onion, the SKU for a bell pepper, I would have gone to a grocery checkout school.
Okay.
I did not go there. By the way, did you see that
That's gotten so much easier.
But there is a party for self-checkout employees.
No. What?
Somebody has started this online thing where all the self-checkout people.
You self-checkout people want you to come
There's going to be a big online party. So there's a lot of people attending.
That's pretty funny.
I'm not going to be one of them because I refuse to self-checkout. I will wait 30 minutes if I have to.
It's not that big a deal to me.
Behind the old lady with the.
I hate it.
I don't like doing it. I went to, matter of fact, I went to Home Depot and I was forced.
Because they didn't have any other one open.
They had 0 people. And so I've written Home Depot like some really strongly worded emails over this latest experience that I've had with them. And
I bet every retailer's glad you don't shop much anymore.
Well, at least
our complaints have gone down. Where's Matt Amos been?
Hey, if somebody's done a good job, I'll email just the same. I did that just recently, and I said, this is the reason that companies like yours are as good as they are is because you have employees like this. and so I'll send out the kudos absolutely when they're earned. But number one, I'll save it for a later date because this is a whole long story.
So one thing self-checkout's good for, though, I was in self-checkout the other night at Target, and I noticed this couple, this guy and this girl was kind of like hugging on this guy, but I didn't see anything that they were in line to buy.
Yeah.
And so then I took a little closer look, and he had a little box of condoms in his hand. And he was like playing it off like he didn't have any condoms, and he was like looking around, and she was all hugging all over him. And I just watched him because it was hilarious.
He went up there and scanned. It's on video.
Yeah,
he went everything that's going on there.
He went up there and he scanned it real quick, threw it in a bag, paid real quick, and then they ran out of there. I came home and told Hannah, like what I just witnessed, and I was cracking up.
Just think about all the things you could buy now. You didn't have to go talk to somebody about that.
Right. Hilarious.
Well, how much is sinning about to be going on?
Yeah, they definitely weren't married. Oh, man.
You're married, you ain't hiding it. All right, number two, the store shoppers or your people that are fulfilling online orders for delivery.
Yeah.
Like Chet pointed this out, like I can't remember, a while back, and I'd never experienced it. And then immediately upon going to the store, there was this person with this huge cart with these bins that were labeled this, and this in my way. And
they will run you over.
There's no.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Sorry, I didn't see you there.
Like, move. Like you've got the entire aisle taken up here. I can't even get around you. Mm-hmm. It was making me. I was getting very, very frustrated, and
those idiots are the worst shoppers.
Well, here's the deal.
Sorry.
What do you have to ask yourself? Do you blame them or do you blame the people who won't go in the store themselves?
I blame myself if I get something messed up when I order something online.
No, I mean,
like from a grocery.
The reason people are ordering groceries online is the reason you're having a difficult time shopping in the store. Blame the people shopping online.
Well, I'm that person most of the time.
Yeah, shame. Shame
Blame yourself.
I won't even go in
what
there.
Chet's saying.
I let somebody else deal with it.
I've seen the problem, and the problem is me.
And I refuse to go in there. I'll let somebody else deal with those store shoppers. I'll just let them do my bidding.
I'll send the store shoppers in the way of everybody else in the store.
100%. Hey, push that guy out of the way.
No.
Daddy needs his cube meat. And they never get the right stuff. It's always.
Well, we got a head of lettuce that was like this big last time. I said, I'm going to buy the lettuce next time. Serenity now.
They're everywhere. I'm sick of it. This may or may not be on my list.
I probably made your list,
Yeah.
but it was one. I was like, I just can't stand them. Like, and since you pointed it out, it eats at me more and more because it's not just the grocery store. It's Lowe's. It's Walmart.
Oh, it's all of them.
Like literally anywhere you go, there's somebody with this whole cart
Dude,
your way.
Lowe's, they line their, it's in the wood aisle. They will line
I've seen that. Yeah.
the carts upon carts
Of the orders.
of the orders, blocking off access to merchandise. It's just a row going all the way to the back of the store.
Chet can't get his 2x4.
I know.
It's right in the ways of the 2x4. The good ones too, the prime.
Yeah, I know because Menards has crap lumber. So I go to Lowe's to buy that stuff.
I went to Menards for the first time. About a month ago.
Their 2x4s are trash.
I was not impressed.
They have a lot of different kinds of lumber. And then, never mind. We're going down a path.
And number one, most aggravating thing about a grocery store, people.
People. Other people are there.
Yeah,
I agree.
like you know, hey, love your neighbor. I get it. It's one of those things. I just can't be in that situation and see stupidity, and then be forced socially not to comment directly on that stupidity.
I don't have at the grocery store, I don't have a problem with people in general. It's the inconsiderate people. Like, I'm going to leave my cart in the middle of the aisle while I go look at that thing 15 feet away. And where nobody can get around me. Like that kind of thing burns me up. But just other people there, it doesn't bother me.
I don't like crowds. And then you got the people that just stand there and they got their cart on this side, but they're standing and shopping on this side. They're blocking it. Like,
yeah, I'm with you. If they're considerate, they're like, oh, let me get out of your way.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Still, and it's not all people, but it's the inconsiderate.
In all honesty, if you're going grocery shopping, not just going in to pop in to buy one thing, you're probably having to apologize like 3 or 4 times a trip.
At least.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm in your way. Oh, my apologies. Oh,
like,
whoops.
I do the corner check, at the end of the aisle. I'm like, I give it a test. I don't just zipper in, I actually yield to the crossing traffic.
I do
there's no signs in the grocery store.
I do a pull out back up.
That's what I do. You test it. That's what I mean. You test the waters, and if you don't hear somebody go,
yeah,
you're good to go.
Yeah.
You know what they need to do? Put them little mirrors on the corner.
They used to have that everywhere. Now they don't do it.
I don't do it no more.
All right,
like
thank
the
you,
big
Matt.
mirror in the back of Walgreens so they can see who's shoplifting,
So I don't want to get you guys' hopes up, but I read an article, I think in Forbes last week, that self-checkout's going away. That over time they're going to phase it out because they're losing 10, 12x inventory losses
For sure.
than the past. And some of it's, they change barcodes with
yeah, we talked about that
in the back. They're doing all kinds of stuff. Get pretty good at it. And here,
and plus people can just walk out of stuff without anybody chasing them.
well,
Because they're telling employees for safety, don't go after these people.
But I was at Walmart just the other day, got my receipt checked.
Yeah.
Like, look, if you're going to give me the leeway to check myself out, and you're going to have video cameras, and you're going to weigh things when I put them in, like there's all kinds of features that they're putting in here. If you go to all that trouble, they have the cameras in your car at the low level now to see if you forgot a case of Coke or something down there. Didn't scan that. They could see merchandise still in the cart. You're going to put all that in there, and then you're going to make me stop so somebody can read my receipt.
And then, you're going to be able to, I've got 315 items in my cart. I just spent $15,000 here at Walmart.
Yeah.
And,
but she read it. She read the receipt, and there was a lot of stuff on there. She didn't look in a single bag. Like, she just...
This is a very nice receipt, sir.
What do you do? You profiling me based off what I'm spending?
You, sir, work at Coke.
You should have gotten the no salt added green beans, can of green beans.
Sir, are you sure you don't want to go back and get the light version?
We're on my top 3 now. I am not opposed to the self-checkout because I could typically go faster than any other line. So as long as I don't have to wait for it, and Target's really bad about not having a lot of self-checkout stations.
Yeah.
But you don't have enough room to do your self-checkout there. There's just not enough space. I need space.
We know Walmart's got like the few items self-checkout, and now they have the big cart.
But there's not enough. There's only like 4 of those.
Well, it depends on which one you go to.
There's only like 4 of them that have green light.
The one, well, yeah, yeah.
There's a bunch of them that aren't open.
Card only, cash only.
How can you not open up all your self-checkout lines? It's not like you're waiting for employees to be there.
I'm always under the impression that they're broken.
Well, fix them. That's why you have robots instead of humans.
$20,000, Chet. $20,000.
That's cheaper than paying for a person. But give me more room at the self-checkout. Number two, and this is directly for Brad, and I agree with it. Why can't all the meat be in the same place? Why do you have to put bacon and sausage back by the eggs? Why can't you put bacon and sausage with the pork? Why? Why does it have to be in the back of the store?
Well, the eggs should be with the chicken.
You should be able, that's right. You should be able to either set up the store.
The butter and the yogurt should all be at the same place.
You set up the store as if you're doing it by meal, like all the breakfast, all the lunches, and all the dinners, or you set it up by commodity, all the meats, all the grains, all the whatever else's, the dairies. You don't do both. But that's the grocery store's trying to do both, and you shouldn't do that. If I want meat, I should go to the meat aisle, the meat section. Just because it's bacon doesn't mean I should have to go all the way over to the other side of the store.
What store are you shopping at?
All of them. Where's the bacon?
Well, I don't know. I would have to ask my personal shopper, whoever goes and gets my food. But,
Well, I'll tell you this. If you ask them a question, they don't know where anything is.
But the most recent time that I went to the store was I was at Walmart in Kansas City, or one of the suburbs thereof, mm-hmm. and everything was lined up. The only thing that I couldn't find, I was like, we have everything. Where's the cheese? It wasn't next. That was misplaced. But all the meats, bacons, everything was all
the bacon
on this huge back wall.
In the Walmart that I shop in, the bacon is back with the breakfast sausage, which is next to the eggs and butter.
Yep. That's how
which is nowhere near the meat.
Really?
Huh. And that's how it is.
Meat's all the way up front by the bread.
That's how it is at Ray's Apple Mart too in Council Grove, which I love that grocery store. But yeah, just put the meat together, for heaven's sake.
Meat's meat.
Put it together. Number one, the employee shoppers, just get out the way.
Boom.
And people quit ordering stuff online because it's convenient for you when it's making everybody else's life inconvenient.
They could just shop from home as well.
That's the most selfish thing you can do is order groceries online. I'm kidding. It's not. But quit doing it so much. And the people that are doing their grocery shopping for a living, running around with their big blue carts all in the way, you need to know where things are. Hey, I'm looking for graham crackers. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Like, dude, you shop for a living just in this store. You got to be able to tell me where everything is.
Their little computer tells them exactly where it is.
It says E6. They're not looking at what it is. They need one from E6, and that's what they're.
Well, they're definitely not looking at what it is, because I've gotten rotten strawberries.
Dude, that's how they unload
small
inventory.
Lettuce.
That's 100%.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hey, go to the trash can and fill these orders before you come up
right.
front. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Man.
They frustrate the heck out of me. And they're always in the way. Those carts are so big. Yeah. I'm not a fan. All right, Troy. Man, this has got us fired up.
I know.
Long.
No, we're not, because number 3 is other people. Number 2 is self-checkout. And number 1 is employee shopping for pickup.
No kidding.
Boom.
Oh, all the way around.
That may be one of the 1 or 2 times
We have all agreed.
we've all agreed.
we all had gumbo on our alternative.
But that was only one thing. We basically had all the same
No.
things. With the exception of you and self-checkout.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
We were close.
Yeah, close.
Chet. He had the meats.
All right, Matt.
The
Good
meat
word.
Sweats. All right. The good word. Well, I'm still trying to scroll.
Self-checkout.
Check yourself.
The good word for today would be resist. And if I had to pick a verse, there's a few good ones. But when I think, I'm going to go Hebrews 2:18. For because he himself has suffered when tempted, he is able to help those who are being tempted. And Chet, we were talking just a little bit ago about I quit chewing back in June, and haven't touched it at all. Haven't even thought about it, other than once. And I literally have had zero temptation to even go buy a can or anything.
Yeah.
And for the people that I know that have quit, they're like, that's the hardest thing that I've ever done was to quit chewing.
Yeah.
And super like,
Hadn't had a problem.
yeah, it was like over, and it's not like I decided I was going to quit.
Yeah.
I just woke up and I was like, I don't feel like it anymore. I don't know where that came from.
Right.
but I just, the desire was gone.
Yeah.
And I've had, again, zero temptation to go back into it. I don't know why that is.
But you'll take it.
But I'll take it because
Yeah.
it's been very simple. So now I've been trying to apply that resisting to other parts of my life. So
Yeah.
I think it was a lesson given to me, in order to grow maybe.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, okay, well, if I can cut that out, what else can I do to cut out and be healthier or whatever, and not, and I'm not going to get into, because I don't make New Year's resolutions. I don't do any of that stuff.
Right.
I just make necessary changes when I see that they need to be changed. I don't wait for a specific day to do it. And so most recently I've started to cut back, not quit all the way just yet, but I'm starting to wean myself off of sugar. If you didn't notice, I ordered
Half and half tea. Yeah. Yeah.
And so I've been slowly
you already cut back 50%.
So cutting back a little bit at a time, making it more manageable. It's not like I'm just going to cut out all sugar because I love my coffee with sugar in the morning. There are some things that I just, but I can cut out the donuts.
Yeah.
I don't need to have donuts, even though
They're so good.
my daughter's friend works at a donut shop, and so she will give us donut pretty regularly now, I guess. And so it's like that's a huge temptation for me. And then this last Thanksgiving, my mom made chocolate chip cookies, which those are like, I can't give those up.
It's a tradition. You can't give up traditions. Don't hurt your mom's feelings.
No, but so I hate those, but it's like, okay, now I got to get jump back on the wagon. Can't fall off. At least until Christmas, and I'll fall off for Christmas, but then get back on,
Yeah.
But as far as the day to day,
Making conscious choices.
yeah, making conscious choices to do better, after having quit chewing, because I was just like, well, what else can I give up?
Right.
To become a more,
being mean, you'd give that up.
I don't really see myself as mean. I haven't identified that as a problem
Yeah, that's the first step.
per
They
se.
say sugar has the same effect on the brain as heroin.
That's what they said about chewing. I'm just not finding it. Well, and when
I don't think chewing is.
Yes, he does have a relationship with heroin. He would know.
I do.
Yeah, I know.
Big
I know.
one.
Yeah.
And so, I've been thinking about that too. And I was like, well, maybe the good Lord's just been looking out for me this whole time with pain meds and all this stuff, where for whatever reason, I have an addictive personality. But I didn't get addicted to pain meds, and
and you were able to quit chewing when you
I
wanted.
was addicted to chew, was able to give it up.
Yeah.
And, so what else can I?
You had to give it up because of inflation.
No.
You're saving so much money now.
I am saving quite a bit of money, but what's funny is the most expensive can of chew I ever bought was in Canada, and I spent $20 US on one can, because that's where all their health
Taxes and
stuff comes from, is taxes on chew and stuff. I heard just recently, because it's on my mantle, and somebody was asking me about it, and they'd just been to Canada. And they're like, oh, man, what is that? And I said, man, that's the most expensive can of chew I've ever bought. And it's up on my mantle next to the bear skull, next to the bullet.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, how much was it? And I go, $20. And he goes, that's cheap. Normally people are like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, it's like $45, $50 a can now.
Wow.
He goes, so a log is like $250.
Holy
up
cow.
there. I was like, what?
Oh my god!
How do people even continue to chew?
You get in trouble if you drive that stuff up there
So
in large quantities.
Probably.
So I
Let's make a run.
typically
Smokey and the Bandit.
When I go fishing, up to Alaska, because they've got some insane prices too. Or if we were bear hunting in Canada, you're allowed to take 2 logs of dip with you, so that's 10 cans.
Yeah.
And whatever I didn't chew, I just leave up there for everybody to have, because like, man, save some money. Here you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Good gracious.
So I'll probably still keep that tradition. I'll buy those cans for them. to take up. But
Good word, resist, from Hebrews
resist.
2, verse 18.
Hey, I will say, if anybody out there is struggling with addiction, especially alcohol, there's a really good book out called Escaping the Evil Clown. And it's written by Craig Beck, who was a radio guy back in the day. I think he's still doing radio, probably podcast now, but in the UK. But when I quit drinking, it was the book that was the catalyst for me to actually finally giving it up and understanding kind of what my addiction was and what it was like. And so if anybody out there is struggling with that, I highly recommend that book called Escaping the Evil Clown, and it's written by Craig Beck. So,
All right. And watch out for that. It's the holidays.
yeah, for sure.
You don't need to lean on alcohol to cope with your crazy family.
Yeah, probably just make it
Just
worse.
tune in to the Hardheaded podcast. Have some laughs. Learn a little bit about driving.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again next week.
Not driving, merging.
That's part of driving.
Thanks for listening to the Hardheaded Podcast. Don't forget to share this podcast with others to help us get the word out.
Also, if you haven't yet, please rate and review the show. This helps our podcast show up in other people's suggested shows that may or may not have listened to us before.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.